Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another SECS. This is season 18, week number 2. This is the finals for this week, the winner bracket finals, I should state, because last week we thought we were going to do some sort of weird winner bracket versus loser bracket thing. But in fact, we are not doing that this week. So it is going to be the grand finals of week number 2. We are going to have NTL versus MMD. And we're going to get into the big banner phase real quick. And we've watched some good games. And of course, with me tonight is NYJohn. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. We've had some interesting games, and MMD have asserted themselves as one of the teams to be afraid of in the SECS this week. And we'll see how they can match up against a team that's been around for quite some time. Hi, this is Dog, now NTL. I'm curious to see why they switched up their name. And hopefully we'll get a good match here. I think they have similar play styles. I mean, GXLM plays a lot of TA. We've seen Fudge play two brilliant games of TA in a row, and we'll see how that interacts with each other.
Absolutely, but already NTL making a smart move, banning out the Bat Rider, which they either watched previously on the stream or they just knew that Bat Rider is a very strong hero and banned it out, which was actually picked up by, I believe it was Kami in the previous game, and they played it pretty well. So they're actually going to pick up Darkseer because Magnus and Bounty Hunter was banned. So arguably a really good hero on that Darkseer right now. And yeah, it's good stuff. So, like we talked about, MMD playing very well, and it looks like it'll be another Fudge Templar Assassin here. What do you send mid against that is the question, and I don't think you send a Venomancer. I certainly don't think that'll happen. Gyrocopter pickup here for NTL. I've actually seen them run this numerous times here on the side of Hello, this is Dog, aka NTL. Once again, not sure why they changed their name, but that's all right. And then the Sven pickup. So already looking pretty good with their pickups right now, but Shakiro, strong hero for MMD, and they've got one more pickup here. But the Gyrocopter is something we see pretty often actually recently, and what do you think about that hero?
Gyrocopter is a very interesting hero, and it's primarily because he doesn't have the early game presence in terms of safe damage, kind of like Luna has. Eclipse, of course, Lucent Beam, both long range, high nuke skills. Gyrocopter has cooldown, which does a good amount of damage in an AoE, and he has Barrage, which does a good amount of damage near him. But we've seen a lot of players like AUY 2000 even forego getting the Barrage or leveling the Barrage and just not really positioning himself because you have to kind of put yourself in a susceptible position to take full advantage of that damage output. So it's interesting to see the trade-off. I think with a lot of farm, he's one of the better carries in the game right now, and I say that warily because we haven't seen him. We don't have that great of a sample size, but we'll have to see how they execute with him. And you heard it here first. I think Darkseer might solo against this TA.
Well, that could be very interesting. That's a bold prediction if I've ever heard one, but we'll see how it plays out. Good points on Gyrocopter. Certainly very strong carry. Once you get that farm, that's a big if you give that farm at all, in fact. And so we'll have to see if that does go the way of GX Slim. If he does play that Gyrocopter, they give it to somebody else. 27 seconds on the reserve time. I think MMD's a little flustered with that pickup. Queen of Pain will be the next pickup here for the side of MMD. Looks like that will be their solo offlaner. You see that a lot. Queen of Pain. I should say solo side laner. Offlaner is not really the best of terms, but you can send her, if you're going to run an aggressive tri lane, you could send her into the solo safe lane. You can send her into the off lane. She's got that mobility with the blink, of course, so not as easy to gank as other offlaners are. We'll have to see how this does work out for them. We're going to get into the next ban phase, however. It's going to be Faceless Void for the first ban on the side of NTL. We're going to have the Lena ban next on the side of MMD. And then one more ban here for Rubik, and on the side of NTL. Faceless Void being picked not by MMD in the previous game, but of course a strong counter to Sven, like we saw. Wisp, of course, will be the next band here. A strong hero for that initiation. You've got that relocate, so nice. Of course, Spirits and Tethered makes a carry, sort of an uber carry in certain senses. You've got the Luna band next as well, which was played the first game, I believe, by MMD on the side of Game Thrower. One more band left here on the side of MMD, and then we're going to get into this last pick phase. It's actually pretty quick ban phase here. It was like 2 seconds. They just went right in a row, just banning, 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 banning. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as it stays right now, NTL, Gyrocopter and Sven are both very farm-intensive heroes, and it's definitely concerning to try and figure out where they're both going to find their farm. If you put Sven on the safe lane or an aggressive tri lane, he's going to need to get as much farm as possible, of course, to be useful in team fights. But the same can be said of Gyrocopter. If not, he needs more farm. Darkseer, I mean, he'll be able to find farm anywhere, so he's not too big of a concern. But this is kind of like running two hard carries, which we've seen fall through pretty often. But NTL, like we mentioned earlier, an experienced squad, I expect that they know what they're doing. And we might see Gyrocopter in a unique capacity. Maybe not that hard carry that we're used to seeing him as, because I can't imagine seeing a support Sven. I think his potential is too great. I think Gyrocopter may be the one that might be a little bit played differently.
I'd have to agree with you there. I think if they send Sven a different capacity, yes, it can work. But I think, yeah, like you said, he just has way too much potential. I mean, getting that damage up like into the late game, we saw it in previous games, especially last game. That Sven can really deal a heck of a lot of damage. Apparently, people are telling me they got sponsored by Netalic yesterday. I still don't know what Netalic is. Netalic, maybe Netalic, like as an alcoholic. I don't know, but we'll have to find out later. Interesting. Leshrek's going to get picked up here for NTL. Usually you see the Lena pickup, but since Lena is banned, they're going to go with the Leshrek instead for that stun setup. Um, right now, what I'm thinking is I don't know if they'll send Gyrocopter mid against that Templar Assassin. I think Rocket Barrage is a good counter to Refraction. Not the best, but obviously it's still good and can get you a lot of damage done as well. I think they'll send Darkseer into the offlane probably, and Leshrac and Sven with somebody else into a tri-lane. Shadow Demon's a pickup on the side of MMD, a hero that we see occasionally, a support hero that's very strong. At one point, one of the more favorited support heroes in the game where you would go with an Exhort Invoker, but since Invoker's been seeing sort of a fall off in play, so that doesn't really happen anymore as you see it. But Shadow Demon will be going with another hero here, not sure what it'll be. If you're on the last pickup for NTL, a hero that was ran by MMD primarily in the last two games, instead they'll put it up on NTL. Interesting that he's being played so often today. 3 times in total as of right now.
Yeah, and this is another really aggressive lineup from both teams. My research tells me Netolic is a PC game zone in Annandale, Virginia. So there we go. I guess they're locally
Okay.
sponsored, which is awesome. If you can
Yeah.
get picked up by a land center, which is what it sounds like it is. And I wish we had land centers around here, but they all get robbed and cash in on insurance and disappear rather quickly. But
It's a
back to the
rather morbid
game.
way of looking at it.
Well,
Well,
I mean, statistically, I did 3 for 3 on Long Island in that scenario.
this social
And
commentary brought to you by NYJohn.
SK is going to line up the roster for the other team. So SK, Shadow Demon, Queen of Pain, Jakiro, TA. That is a lot of damage. I mean, not a
Where's
lot
the
of
hard
health,
carry
but a
here?
lot of damage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean, they don't need a carry. Clearly, from that last game you saw, they don't need one. But yeah, this is interesting. They're going to probably put Templar Assassin and Queen of Pain, try to get that. Whoa, Fudge is in on the Templar Assassin. That's crazy. I can't believe it, but we're seeing it right now. GX Slim once again on that gyrocopter, so I'm excited to see how that's going to play out. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I really am looking forward to seeing this game. What really confuses me is we see Templar Assassin and Queen of Pain picked up together, but I mean, usually you'd have a hard carry there, with them, and there isn't one. And like you said, there's a lot of damage, and the way they like to play, obviously, is, just a ton of team fight, or not, well, just a ton of fighting early on into the game, and, even up into the 20-minute mark, and try to get GGs early, which happened for them in the previous two games, except for the game was 30 minutes in the last game. So, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. So here on this side of MMD, we'll have Glint on the Jakiro, Fudge will be on the Queen of Pain, Game Thrower on that Sand King, we're going to have Kami on the Shadow Demon, Chobo on the Templar Assassin, and then finally, that was it. Alright, well, then on the side of NTL, which I guess is Netalic Gaming, if you'd like to introduce them, you may go ahead.
Sure. Formerly HCID, we have GX Slim playing the Gyrocopter. We have the People's Champ playing Darkseer, Knave on Sven Maestro, or Maestro on Nature's Prophet, and it leaves T playing Leshrac. And GX Slim usually a solo middle on Gyrocopter. Something fishy.
This does seem like an interesting lineup. I don't know how they're going to live. We were talking about how they're going to use this gyrocopter, and if he's going to be in that solo middle position, he's going to be able to get a little bit of that farm. I don't know if he's going to be the hard carry here. Obviously, Sven probably going to get the most farm here in sort of what looks to be a defensive tri lane. Actually, nope, they're going to actually send Darkseer down bottom. It looks like, and it looks like Naval will be sent up top. Actually, I don't know what they're doing right now. I just have to wait and see what happens. So.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
kind
gonna
of one of those games where you're
I'm
just
not gonna
like,
call anything anymore.
if you whatever you say is gonna be wrong, so you're better off not saying
I'm
it.
just like I'm not gonna make myself look like an idiot and put myself into that compromising position. We're like, yeah, they're definitely doing this, which I do all the time, by the way. Considering my knowledge is not as great as yours, but like I'm always like, yeah, they're definitely gonna do this, they're gonna do that. No, they're not gonna do that. So I look like an idiot. Meanwhile, Smoke on the side of MMD, well, that's a little interesting. They really want to kill him. They might be able to get it on the People's Champ. Because he skilled Ion Shell first, he didn't wait. He didn't skill Surge. He didn't wait and skill Surge if he needed to. Unfortunate for him. And he's going to get maybe caught out here. That's not good.
I don't know, but this game with the pauses is similar to the start of the last
What the
game,
hell's happening?
with every 2 minutes some lag. It's maybe an MMD theme. But they just like to stagger the opening to throw their enemies off
They're
a little bit.
always at like 200 ping, and I don't know why. I mean, they could be playing from like Hawaii or something. Who knows? But
Maybe.
that being said,
30
down the
Shout-
bottom lane,
seconds
left
to
right
battle.
here.
Shout out to the Hawaiian viewers.
That's right. Any Hawaiian viewers, it's probably like, I don't know, noon there maybe? I have no idea what the conversion is for Eastern to Hawaiian. Someone look that up for me. I want to know for all of our Hawaiian viewers. I'm going to get like one person in chat 3 minutes later. He's like, yeah, I'm Hawaiian. Yes. Yes, I can't believe he shouted out to me. He's going to be so happy that you said that.
I used to play with a guy from Hawaii, so
How did that
a
work?
little bit of a time zone
begins.
discrepancy, but he was a good player. And
That's an understatement.
a little bit. And a little bit of a happiness discrepancy because you must be happy if you live in Hawaii.
God, I would love to live in Hawaii. Can we just move to Hawaii and be Dota casters and make money and then like retire in Hawaii?
Probably not, but I can't even afford to fly to Hawaii. But it looks
okay,
like the
neither
middle
can
lane might
I.
be in trouble.
I can't even afford to think about Hawaii, but no more time for Hawaii right now. Kami looking for a gank on GX Slim. GX Slim, you, my friend, might be dead here. Kami taking tower damage early on. There's the burrow stroke, the chains coming in. GX Slim is in some trouble. There's the ice path as well. He is freaking dead. First blood going for Chobo, and that was like
There's nothing
as
more
best as you can chain
mysterious
stuns together as I think
until
you
it
maybe
has
ever
been
can get.
spilled.
So that was like textbook. essentially.
Yeah, not that they had to. I mean, that's like we were talking about football before the game. That's an all-out blitz. They brought the house, and there's absolutely nothing that he could have done except for sat on his tower. But he didn't have any strong indication that they were going to be coming on him anyway. So that's just one of those that you have to eat early on, and just try and move on from as effectively as possible. But this is going to be a tough lane. I mean, getting a good start on the TA, already putting GXM in a little bit of a hole in terms of getting his. Oh, sorry.
Maestro, no, it's okay, but yeah, he's gonna die. He tried to TP out, not gonna happen. He's dead. But yeah, you were talking about GXM in the mid lane. Yeah, that's not gonna be easy for him, and that was definitely a blitz, and there was no offensive line in there to protect him, unfortunately. So
Yeah, in the bottom lane, I don't know what they're doing. I'm not sure if you can make it out, but this is a dual lane, Nature's Prophet
idea.
and Dark here.
no, I don't. I mean, they're
Oh,
putting,
look at this.
They're putting the
this
iron
is
shell on the
obnoxious.
creeps, though. They've got something going for them. You're going to be able to sort of. That's like just creeps that you control, so you can just sit back and you can just keep iron shelling creeps. But that's the thing; they'll die pretty quickly to whether it's the creep damage, the tower damage, or just their own damage. So once if you get like a Ring of Basilius, I think that's a good idea, and you can harass them with that. But that didn't really do anything. I mean, they died already with the Nature's Prophet down here, so. He might be in the jungle. I don't know what they're thinking about doing. I don't know if they're going to put, Nature's Prophet or Darkseer in the jungle and then have him solo it. I don't know what's going to happen. It's dual lane right now on top. Queen of Pain is in a very good position to stay alive here for quite some time because even if that stun goes off, and what's happening now?
Middle lane, it looks like he might get a kill. Oh, he gets the double! GXM takes out the courier and the TA with a scatter shot, or a flat cannon, excuse me, coming out. That was awesome. It like happened in slow motion. And wow, he put down that early sentry. That's what his starting inventory was, 3 branches and a sentries. And wow, GXM proving that Gyrocopter can solo against TA. I wouldn't have thought it would be that easy, but he made it look really simple after a poor start, dropping up really early. And not great for Chobo dropping there.
Yeah, I mean, these pocket strategies, man, this Gyrocopter, I knew it could work pretty well against Templar Assassin. You got that Rocket Barrage, it's a lot of damage. Of course, Flat Cannon, and you saw how it could be used against that courier, which is probably really frustrating on the side of MMD. At the same time, though, bottom lane is actually being pressured very hard. There's a Soul Catcher, and I'm pretty sure that Darkseer is going to die here. The chains are too much. He's going to have to surge out, and if he can do so, he'll be like in a miracle. He's actually going to miss. He's actually going to sit behind the tree, going to keep trying to run right now. Game Thrower might actually die to the tower, but he's not in range of it. No, he's trying to juke. Oh, but the Burrow Strike does get the kill, unfortunately, despite the fact that Sand King is like in Franzi Townsy right now with low health. There's actually going to be a TP from somewhere on the Nature's Prophet, but he has no mana. He's going to try to get a kill on Glint. If he can get both of them, that'd be great, but he's not going to be able to do so. He's actually going to back off, unfortunately. So this bottom lane already working pretty well. And who's getting the farm here is the question. I think it should be the Sand King. Am I correct in saying that? He's got 11 last hit, so yeah, I guess that's probably correct. So he'll get a pretty quick Blink Dagger. He's already got his boots. If he wants to get an Arcane boost, he can get him pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be a tough lane down there, even on that Darkseer, and it just didn't work well for them.
Yeah, and while that was going on, GXM almost took down Chobo again on the middle lane. Chobo was able to retreat to safety, but he hasn't been able to pick up a bottle. I mean, this is really well. Actually, he may have a bottle and it may be on the dead courier, but either way, right now he doesn't have a bottle. This is really not good for TA. TA needs to get that strong start off that we always talk about, that 11, 12-minute blink with the phase and all her essential items to get rolling in a game, and Gyro's shutting him down right now. This is a different capacity than we usually see Gyrocopter in, and I really enjoy it. Gyrocopter's an exciting hero.
He definitely is. I think that call down is a really exciting skill. I think that rocket barrage, as you see, can be used really effectively. You can get farm using flat cannon. I think it's just clear that people sort of really don't. I mean, they take him for granted, and we see him being played a lot more, which is great at the same time. But we get to see really in a pro game scenario. GXLM trying to use his rocket barrage, not really hitting too much though. Chobo getting away just fine. GXLM trying to put on the aggression. Down here in the bottom lane, another gank is trying to be set up. Of course, there is that sentry ward providing vision for the Radiant. Of course, these treants as well. So Glint and, of course, Kami will be spotted out. But now people's champ and Maestro are actually being dived right now. There's going to be the Ice Path flying out first, the Iron Shell. There's going to be the Description as well. Another TP coming in. There's Soul Catcher as well. He's in some trouble right now. There's the Burrow Strike. Nice Sprout going to save his life for the moment. He will go down, unfortunately, but they might actually get this in like a triple kill, maybe even a double kill. And there in fact will be a double kill for T. Rotate again. They're still trying to chase after Glint. Is there enough for Splitters? There is. Can he hit it is the question. Yes, he does get it. So this should be a triple kill. There's the triple kill for T, and that's an important turnaround. That was a great TP rotation in. Yeah, you lose the Darkseer, but you get a triple kill for the Leshrac, and that's some nice kills there.
Yeah, and that was just well played to come in. They dove too far past the tower. They were pot committed, and then once Leshrac came in and the Sprout landed on two heroes, they pretty much knew they were all doomed. And T did a great job of cashing in down there. Now he's going to pick up some nice early items for himself. And it's a really even game. I mean, it is what it appears to be. And for the first time, I think we're going to have quite the game on our hands other than our initial game of the day, which was kind of back and forth, a seesaw ride. This one, both teams just going at it. They started early, 8 kills in 6 minutes. It's the way you like to see a game begin. A nice little balance.
What are you talking about? I love anti-mage, 60-minute farm games. Those are my favorite things to watch in the world. I enjoy that.
And also, despite the poor start on Prophet, he's only 200 gold away from finishing off Gloves of Haste. Now he buys a TV, so 400 gold from, not Gloves of Haste, from his Midas. So, through all the adversity.
Yeah, exactly. Through all that adversity, he's going to get that Hand of Midas and then probably onto an early mech or something along those lines. Maybe being used in a carry capacity, but I doubt it because you've got the Sven, you've got the Gyrocopter who's been playing pretty well. GXLM actually almost died against Chobo in the mid lane. I did miss the aggression, but he's very low health. He had actually to use his battle and his illusion charge to be able to get back to full. Chobo now playing very aggressively, and why not? He's got the traps, he can slow GXLM, but he does need to be careful. That is still going to be difficult to deal with, that rocket barrage, so we'll have to keep an eye on that mid lane. Top lane, not too much happening here. Fudge is alive. He's been alive for a while. He's actually doing pretty well for himself. He's going to get a decent amount of last hits. He's got 17, so that Queen of Pain doing pretty well. However, Knave right now with 43 last hits on that Sven at 725. Pretty good stuff there. He's had a nice, decent bit of farm. Bottom lane being pressured, trying to get more last hits for the Sand King, and is doing so. And you have to wonder if this game goes past like 30 or 40 minutes, it probably favors NTL. I mean, yes, you've got the carries and the Queen of Pain, of course, on the Templar Assassin, but, Sven. Well, yeah, Sven. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much depends what comes up to those 30, 40 minutes. And we do see, look at this damage coming out from this Ion Shell, little harassment. It's cute play, and they're almost able to take down Sand King. In fact, they're going to get him. Down he goes to a Nature Prophet last hit.
NTL's turning this around. There's going to be a vacuum available. No, he doesn't have it skilled. Okay, so actually in the mid lane too, Chobo getting a kill here on the Gyrocopter on GXLM. So a good turnaround for Chobo. So he's in a good position now. Top lane Fudge going to try to defend this tower, which is getting pressure with the siege creep here. So Knave doing his best to really take down the tower as quickly as possible. The People's Champ helping get a kill there on that Sand King, which is a duel versus a tri-lane, and somehow they got a kill, surprisingly. And now here comes Game Thrower, looking for a kill maybe on Knave, but he'll back off. He's got a Stormhammer. He must have used it to get out of there alive, so they'll be okay for the time being. And other than that, still farming away. 47 last hits for the Sven, so he'll definitely have 50 and 10, which is, by most standards, what you want to go for, which is considered good farm. So his farm is going very well. Maestro just bought his Midas. He's flying to him right now, and that's a big deal. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin diving the lane to try to get the kill on Gyrocopter. Nice disruption, got to save his life. T not going to get soul catchered up. Chobo going to try to go on T. There's going to be a kill, however. There's going to be an epicenter, and Game Thrower might be even able to get a double kill here. Looks like he gets one. He does get two, and Game Thrower is really low. He'll avoid the tower with that. The Sandstorm somehow barely surviving, but he got the double kill. Nice play there, using that epicenter, rotating it at the right time. However, they did lose Chobo in that. He's so low. If they had a global, if only Nature's Prophet didn't die right there. But unfortunately, he did, and they won't not be able to chase that Sand King.
That's a really bad death on Nature's Prophet. We talked about it last game. I mentioned it. He had his Midas on the way out to him. It didn't get to him, and he didn't use it. So whenever you delay your Midas, if you lose a full rotation on that, which is a 90-second period, which he's not quite up to, he's up to half of that, you're losing whatever it may be, 180 gold, 200 gold, whatever the cash-in part for the Midas is. I forget. Is it 190? 180, 190? Yeah. So you're losing that much gold. I mean, there's no easy way to handle that. And but Sven is doing really well, so we're going to have to see what he wants to go for first. We've seen 3 different builds on 3 different Svens today. So if he wants to pick up the drums, that's a more typical build we've been seeing as of late. They're going to go on him now.
Right now on him, there's going to be Soul Catcher as well. He's in some trouble. Splitter's going to fly. There's going to be a Sonic Wave, and there's no ult here for Game Thrower, and they're actually going to take down this Sven pretty quickly because of that. But because of the Soul Catcher, I should say, and Fudge, though, going to go down. That's a double kill for T, and that's an edict damage, and the Splitter to finish it all off, getting a triple kill. He's playing absolutely out of his mind. Holy crap, and this makes me want to play Leshrac even more. I just love this hero.
MVP, oh my god, this guy is... And he doesn't even have to do too much. He has to hit the button for Edict after they all full-on commit onto that Sven, and it was just so easy for him. He just runs around and takes them all down. And, I mean, there's not much you could say. This is going to be awesome for the Radiant team. Having this much farm on a Leshrac this early on, these are the type of games where you can see a Leshrac pick up a BKB sooner than later, but there's aggression on the bottom.
Bottom lane, we do see a turnaround happening right now. Kami did rotate down here. Iron Shell pushing everybody back, though. Doing a lot of damage. Kami actually might go down. He's going to soul catch, or excuse me, disrupt himself. And then, of course, the Iron Shell still might take him down regardless. He's so low. The Treants want the kill. 10 health. 10 health. He's trying to get out. He's going to survive just barely. Just barely. And they're going to make sure that they can keep with him the entire time. They don't want a TP rotation coming in from that Nature's Prophet. Just barely surviving somehow against that Iron Shell. Nice disruption to save his life, of course, the Ice Path as well. So nice job there. Mid lane looks to be the next aggression point. And this is when MMD starts playing together, starts sort of playing as 5. They want to maybe try to push a tower. Looks like the first point of aggression will be this tier 1 in the mid lane, or they're going to head top. Of course, the tower is taken down by Nave, who's getting a great bit of farm. 63 last hits right now. His GPM's a little bit behind the Templar Assassin, but she was in that mid lane. That actually does just eclipse it now. Of course, net worth. He's actually going to get caught out right now. He's in some trouble. Nave is in a big deal. He's going to use his War Cry as well. Nice Swim Hammer onto Fudge. He's going to pop God Strength, Demonic Courage, everything. He's trying to go for something. No help just yet. They're all in the river right now. Gyrocopter going to get the kill on the Templar Assassin, but Nave now will go down, unfortunately. Wow, he's going to get a kill on the Shadow Demon, though. Before he does, and Gyrocopter actually getting a double kill down here in the middle lane on, I think it was the Sand King as well. So somehow they turn it around, and despite Knave sort of running around, they get the kill on the Shadow Demon before he goes down, which is huge. Getting a kill before you die, that's a big trade that you want to have.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not sure what's happening exactly, because it seems like the game is so even in terms of kills and in terms of back and forth, but everyone on the Radiant team has now found some space to farm. It's just the way that the engagements have sorted themselves out. Darkseer now has some farm. He just purchased up what I believe is going to be a Vitality booster coming to him momentarily. We also have Nature's Prophet as his Midas. Gyrocopter doesn't really have that much, but he has 1,000 gold in the bank. And the drums and the boots already up on Sven. So everyone looking solid now on the Radiant side. And they're not quite at the same point on the Dire yet.
Yeah, no, they're not getting nearly as much farm. As you can see, 5,000 gold difference right now for NTL. The kills really coming the way for the Leshrac, of course. The space down in the bottom lane for that Darkseer, the Midas and the jungle for Maestro, and of course GX Slim had that mid lane, but it didn't go so well. And Sven in that top lane has been getting plenty of farm as well. So like you said, they're finding room to farm right now, getting plenty of it done. Mid lane aggression right now here. Splitter going to miss just barely, and The creep will be pulled, though, onto the left track. They're going to try to go here. And Game Thrower going to maybe get a kill on T. No, it's going to be the Sonic Wave from Fudge. He's actually locked up here in the trees right now. Can't get out. Call down will miss, unfortunately. There's going to be a Soul Catcher Disruption onto the side of the People Champ. There's going to be Stormhammer flying in from Glenn. He's going to surge himself in. He's going to get purged, though. This is a good stop to him. And there's the Epicenter, and he's taking a bit of damage as well. Game Thrower going to help get the kill there with that Epicenter. And, of course, Shadow Demon getting it. But GX Slim now on the warpath and wants to get the few kills. But there's going to be a trap onto Slim. He's taking a lot of damage from both Fudge and everybody else. They're going to try to TP out now, but now they're just turning it around. And Game Thrower is so low, it doesn't matter. He's going to keep getting kills. And not the best fight for NTL, but great plays by MMD. Somehow getting a bunch of kills, the Demonic Purge. We talked about kiting the Sven and did an excellent job of doing that in that engagement.
Yeah, and that started off a little bit awkward. Using that Sonic Wave to take about 125 health off a last track, it seemed a little bit unnecessary. They wanted to take him down quickly, but I thought that may have been a misuse. But it turned out that they didn't need it as the fight progressed, and they were able to take down 4 heroes for 1. A really fantastic trade, and that's going to really help them try and account for the nice spread that was going on by the Radiant getting their farm across the map. Now they had to group up a little bit more. They lost a lot of heroes in that exchange, and we're going to revert back to a more even game once again. The 15-minute mark.
No one's going to complain about that except for maybe the players in the game. I don't think, anyway. I don't know who wants to really watch or stop, unless they're fans of the team either. Also, that's something that you have to keep in mind. But see, I think that him going down in that fight early on was a really big deal. He's been sort of providing a lot of the backup and sort of a lot of the kills for these fights that have been, these skirmishes, if you will, early on, and he's been getting a lot of them, and he's been helping set them up as well. So getting that kill early on, I can understand why he wants to use that Sonic Wave, maybe some sort of frustration on the side of the Queen of Pain, saying, I hate you so much that I'm going to kill you with this gigantic blast to the face that really isn't necessary. But I can understand it. I completely understand it. Meanwhile, though, I think the Demonic Purge is great against Knave right now. I think that he's having a difficult time getting into position. It's going to be tough. Chobo now going for a kill on T, going to look for it. There's the dust being popped. T, nice split earth, and T will survive for the time being. And there's a vacuum, and now Kame's in some trouble, and Fudge is also in a bad position. Fudge cannot really fight this. There's going to be a Scream of Pain. He needs to blink out right now. He's going to blink into the lane. Does he have a TP? It's actually on cooldown right now. There's going to be a blink in 2. 1, it doesn't matter. Gyrocopter going to come in there, and Knave with the Iron Shell and God Strength absolutely just cleave and kill so quickly. And Glint, no, you should not go that way. You should definitely not go that way. There's a Sprout, the homing missile coming in as well. Macro Power going to fly off, but that's not going to do much. And yeah, that's not where you should have been, my friend. And he's going to go down. Tower's going to go down, and back and forth we go.
Yeah, they had some success, and they give it right back. I mean, that wasn't even a relatively smart idea by Jakira. He should have went the other way entirely. But, I mean, an invisible TA thought she could find someone to pick off in the jungle. However, no one else was showing themselves across the map. So you have to be a little bit more cautious with that engagement than she was. Fortunately for her, she picked up her Blink Dagger right before that, so didn't lose much gold, if any at all.
Call down going to fly out, might hit a few actually, but the TP rotations are coming in. GX Slim is in a bad position. He's trying to get out of there. Don't turn around. They're saying keep going. Maestro's in some trouble now. He's going to try to TP out. There's going to be maybe a stun here. He's going to get out. No! The disruption will save him from getting out. Maestro's in some trouble right now. He, in fact, will go down. Sonic Wave being used again for whatever reason.
They had to finish him before he got out. He was casting the TP. And now Chobo actually might drop here to an Ion Shell. He's thinking about chasing, but he has to get that refraction up first. And now he's in the tower.
Refraction. Oh, why are you using the Epi? What is this? I mean, I guess I understand if you're trying to get the Nature's Prophet and use the Sonic Wave because you want the kill, but I don't know if you needed that epicenter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a fast-paced game, and they just want to get him in while they can.
Questionable decision making. I'm not going to argue. They're the ones in the game. I'm not. So.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Knave has been free farming the top lane. Now he has 1,300 golds in the bank. So working towards that BKB probably is the next item. We do see sometimes the Mask of Madness, then the BKB. So the order could be questionable as they're going to try and jump on him here.
And they will try to do that. The trap is popped. Can they keep going is the question. Blint has a trap in 2 seconds. Actually has a blink in 5. Knave should be able to get out, though. TP rotations coming in from the rest of NTL. They actually might look to fight this. There's the turn coming in. Chobo looking for some kills here. Knave taking a lot of damage. He'll be fine, though. Stun. Vacuum. A lot of damage going in. Maestro getting 2 kills, or 1 actually, going to the side of Maestro. And Darkseer with that excellent vacuum. That's a nice turnaround there with that rotation from the team of NTL. Nice job.
Great team response. Really bad over pursuit. If they were going to jump, they had to jump a lot earlier. And it was just awesome play by NTL. It shows their cohesion as a unit. They knew that they had to get up there as quickly as possible. They still had tier 1 up there, which made the play possible, and that's a testament to map control. If players don't know why towers are so crucial, it's because you're able to get from point A to point B that much quicker, and that allowed them to get up there and really turn the round. 2 free kills on really important heroes is certainly nothing to shake your head at.
Right, Fudge gonna actually blink out knowing that the aggression is in fact coming. He should be okay right now. And you got to wonder about MMD right now. They had a sizable, well, no lead was really achieved by any team early on, but they were a team that really dominated mid-game. As you can see, there's no carry. They have a ton of damage early on into the game, but this is going to start scaling away into the earlier parts of the game, and Nave is going to be getting farm. He's going to get that BKB, and right around that time, they're going to be in a bad position. Gyrocopter also going to go for that BKB. He's actually very close to it, only about 300 gold away, 400 even. So Nave and, of course, Slim very close to their respective items that they want to get. And after those BKBs are up, then you have to wonder, well, how effective is Epicenter going to be? How effective is the Sonic Wave going to be? Of course, Purge going through that BKB will be very nice to slow Nave down. That's going to be very effective, but it's going to be an uphill battle, I think, for the side of MMD once those BKBs are finished.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. Those BKBs are going to be huge for them. Also, Leshrac picking up a Force Staff because of those early kills and his great success. Having 7 kills allowed him to have enough farm to get that. So being able to push someone, whether it be out of the range of the Epicenter or out of Ice Path, is going to be really helpful for teamfights too.
Speaking of team fights, they're trying to engage one on mid right now. Ice Path going to fly out on the Jam from Macro Power as well. But here's the Epicenter coming in from Game Thrower. He's only actually going to hit the corner there. There's going to be the wall replica in, and somehow Darkseer's still alive. The Purge might get the kill here. I don't know if they have a mech available. He might go down. No, he doesn't do so. Not enough damage. He has that Hood of Defiance. It might have just saved his life against that demonic Purge. So,
Dire's bottom tower
just a lot of damage, but nobody going down, unfortunately, on either side. Sven actually going to get the tier 2 tower and TP out while that's all happening, and of course Chobo, I think, is trying to get the tier 1 at the top, but not even close to doing so. Chobo will TP out just fine. Level 14 for him, so he's in a good position, but not a whole lot of damage. Well, he doesn't have his Desolator, unlike he did in the previous game, which was a very quick Desolator. I think it was that Desolator he got first, or was it a BKB? I can't remember. Or no, it was whoever else was playing it. Yeah, you know who I mean.
Yeah, it was a different order for different games. The last game he got a BKB, the game before he got a early Deso.
That's right. But he's a little bit, looks like he's going for BKB this time around. Chobo is anyway. And that'll provide some, it'll provide a little bit of sort of a buffer between a lot of these spells. Of course, Stormhammer, and of course GX Slim with a lot of his magical spells. T even, I mean, yeah, it's going to be nice to have that BKB up, but that might be a while considering he's only got that open club. Nave is very close. I think it's flying up to him right now. I think the BKB is finished. There's 2 recipes right now, and so one will be going to the side of Slim, the other will be on Nave, and then that's going to be scary. So 2 BKBs done, both of which on pretty good heroes that do a pretty decent amount of damage, and yeah, it's going to get scary right now, and they're going to maybe look to rotate mid and try to push their advantage. Nave has a TP scroll, not going to use it. He's just going to run the long way around. So we'll have to see what happens and what comes out of this. He's going to find a haste rune, which is scary. He's actually just going to babysit it. No, he's going to pick it up. And Chobo's spotting this out, and now Nave looking for something, maybe thinking about going on the high ground. There's a blink coming in from the Sand King, so they do not get the Sand King. Trap going to fly out as well. There's the Force Staff on T. Looking for something, not going to fight anything. Nave going to actually find Chobo here in the jungle. Stormhammer, maybe? Yes, there it is. There's the blink, though. So it's a long-range Stormhammer, and he actually melds it in the end. So nice play there to avoid the Stormhammer, to avoid that targeted stun. Maybe they're thinking about going here. There's going to be a pop on Demonic Purge. Nice vacuum. On to 3. A lot of damage. There's 1 kill. There's 2 kills. Chobo's in a ton of bad. He's really not in a great place. There's going to the Stormhammer, and he's going to go down as well. So great vacuum. Ended up getting 3 kills there. They were not ready for it. The Wolf Replica a little bit, I don't think they got too much in the wall, but it doesn't matter. They pop that wall. They pop Nave's God Strength. Of course, the Cleave just does the rest, as you can see in that previous engagement. So they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, Dash for Sven was too much to handle. I mean, he got the BKB off just as a nice Ice Path came in, and it did nothing to him. On the back end of the fight, Quap was able to take down only Leshrac, and that's a trade they'll take all day, every day, whenever you want it. And they could probably go for Roche here. I mean, they have a nice little lead. It doesn't show in terms of kills, but in terms of their actual farm, if you look at the graphs, they're around getting close to that 10,000 gold mark. And it's getting sizable. And NTL just showing their veteran game sense and overall control around the entire map.
Yeah, this is a team that's been together for quite some time, either in one form or another, doing the SECS a lot. Rotation coming in from the side of MMD. They're actually smoke ganking, but good positioning, good awareness on the side of NTL. They're actually going to pop their pipe. Fudge is in some trouble, blinking away. Will be okay right now, but maybe MMD looks to steal this. Of course, they do notice that the tree ends up going down, I'd have to assume, at least. So they probably know that they're on the high ground there. I'd assume they're T, though. Not a good position for you to be in. There's nobody helping you here right now. There's going to be a lot of damage coming in. Soul Catcher on T. Bro Strike coming in as well, and Jakir will finish it off. And not good. And there's going to be a Stormhammer on Chobo. They want this kill. Here comes the Interest Prophet. Nice vacuum in. Call down. Going to miss just barely on the Templar Assassin. Doesn't matter. He's dead anyway. So they're going to keep chasing right now. Going on Glint is the choice now. And 2 kills for 1 trade. So T gone. But there's going to be a nice disruption on Kami to save his life for the time being. But he should be dead. Yeah, he's dead. He is so dead. Jake Slim getting that kill with a rocket barrage. And that's it. They're going to take Roshan, I think, now. They've got the open space to do so. Nice try with that smoke gank, but getting through for 1.
So they just probably used his trees to block the ramp, and they weren't able to get down them because there were 6 trees blocking them while they were smoked. And it was an awesome play, but then somehow Leshrac got the wrong memo. And
Epi. A lot of damage coming in. There's the Bro Strike and the Sonic Wave. The Aegis immediately used. The pipe is not in time, unfortunately. People's Champion will go down as well. GXM still alive, surprisingly. They're going to turn this around, but they do lose a few heroes there. Oh, Jesus. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
they did waste the Aegis, so.
Gyrocopter makes it out alive. Sven makes it out, loses the Aegis, but he has 3,000 gold in the bank now. I think he'll be just okay with that, or just fine with that, rather. And now Kami's coming in, going to try and put the purge on him. They're going to actually maybe get a kill here.
He's got BKB in 1. Is he going to pop it is the question. And there he goes, and Chobo gonna get disrupted once again. Nice play by Kami. They're gonna turn on Chobo now, maybe. Is he looking for a split earth? He's got it in 1 second. There's a trap. Nope, doesn't even matter. He's got that ultimate, that Pulse Nova, doing plenty of damage on that unrefracted TA. There's going to be a nice path and Glint. They shouldn't be here, really. I mean, Knave is just too scary to deal with. Even like with 3, you need all of your ultimates available. I mean, Fudge is here, but I don't know. He's got a BKB. They'll back off though, so not a lot of aggression coming in from Knave now. There's going to actually be a smoke gank for T and Knave just to get them out of there quickly, I think. I don't know if they saw that there were traps all around. I don't think so. Knave going to actually farm these ancient stacks right now. Meanwhile, Hero going to Ice Path away. There's going to be a Split Earth. Nice Split Earth. Somehow T is avoiding the Ice Path just fine, and now Glint is dead. T has been playing out of his mind. Good plays on him. And this should be free Ancients right now for Knave, and of course he's going to buy something. It's going to fly out to him right now. It's going to be a Chrysalis with a Mask of Madness, so 2 big items immediately flying out. 12,000, I think, in terms of differential of gold. Now it's 14,000 right now, so the time has passed for the side of MMD to really try to take this game, and NTL essentially just needs to make not like a big mistake, and they'll be fine, I think, for the rest of this game.
Yeah, I guess the one issue is how many times have we heard ourselves say that and then watch the big issue come around right after you stated. I mean, smoke gank to get you back into any game. However, with the pipe up, with all the BKBs up, it seems like this team composition from the Dire side is just run out of time. And that may very well be the case as we see a blink back from TA. She needs to get out of her own jungle because it's not even remotely safe there. TP in on top of Stanking, he has the blink away too as Sven comes up to the top lane.
The Orca Malevolence on Fudge, but the epicenter, they want this kill on Maestro. He's going to mech himself up. That should save him momentarily. There's going to be the Stormhammer Game Thrower, gonna go down. Fudge over here, gonna get the kill with the Sonic Wave. Once again, wanted that kill. Sand King will buy it back immediately. Fudge now in some bad position. Nice Split Earth on the high ground, going to get the kill with Sven there with that right click, almost getting the blink away, but no. T getting that stun. Once again, the Split Earths have been absolutely fantastic. Slow on to him, though. He's now maybe in a bad position. There's Edict damage, of course, going on to Chobo. There's going to be the Purge as well, plus the Ice Path. He's in a bad position. T needs to get out of there. He's going to force staff himself into the enemy team, but there's a wall popped off and not even used either. Vacuum just barely missing. There's going to be disruption onto the Darkseer. Darkseer in a bit out of position right now, but he should be okay. He's going to get surged out, and GX Slim will follow him to safety right now, so he'll be okay. So yeah, I mean, T does go down, unfortunately, but not a big loss. I mean, it's only 1 Leshrac going down.
Yeah, that was like the second time we've seen a questionable force staff usage from Leshrac, and he's had a phenomenal game, but it's just been funny. Both times, he's essentially catapulted himself into the enemy team by the Roche pit earlier, and then right there. Now, I don't know what's going on in the middle lane, but there's going to be a fight.
Yeah, out. So a huge vacuum coming in from the side of the Darkseer. Nave getting a few kills right there. They're going to get another one with the Nature's Prophet coming in. 2 kills for nothing right now, and they're going to have to get back. Kami's in some trouble. Purge going to fly off from him as well. So they want this kill on Kami. He should be able to get it. He's pretty quick. Kami trying to juke around the trees will do so. Maestro going to come in as well, looking for a Sprout. There's going to be the slow with the poison coming in from the Queen of Pain. Not going to be enough. Nave with a Wicked Sick. He's in a good position. He's carrying hard. He's got his Chrysalis. He's got his mask. He's going to have a Daedalus relatively soon. And they're going to look to maybe push to tier 3.
Yeah, this should pretty much be a wrap-up for it. I mean, Nave's going to have God Strength up in a moment here when he gets some mana from whoever can afford to Arcane Boots him, which probably is only Leshrac, who's making his way up right now, and that should be enough to take down the racks here. And overall, it's just been a really solid effort. Jumped in by Chobo. He's going to go on top of T for a little bit of damage, but he'll get stunned. Nice Pet's going to slow everyone down from killing him. Rocket's going to fly. It won't do enough damage to actually finish him off, and he'll be able to retreat safely. The racks is going to actually drop. Down goes the melee back.
And NTL now in a bit of bad position right now. The call down is coming. Chobo in some bad position. There's going to be the Epi on huge Epi on NTL, but not enough damage to get the kills just yet. There's a double kill for Fudge though with that Sonic Wave. That's a good Sonic Wave. That's not questionable at all. And Sven going to fly down as well. He's going to buy right back though, and GX Slim going to back off to. So despite the fact that they lost a few kills there, the buyback's assuring that everybody has plenty of gold to really, you know, stick this out for the long haul. T going to try to hit a splitter. This one will not save his own life. However, Edict damage is going to be a nuisance to Game Thrower, who is not throwing the game. I don't think they ever had the lead, so his namesake not really being used completely to its true nature here. Maestro with the Orchid, of course, trying to get the kill on Chobo. Didn't get it until later on. As they tried to chase. It was a nice ice path to cut off the aggression from NTL, but that was a great epi. Of course, the Sonic Wave coming in after. But, I mean, too much. Just too much. It's 14,000 in terms of experience difference. Almost about 15,000 up to 17,000, maybe up to 20,000 pretty soon. So they've got too much gold. The net worth for Sven is at 12K right now. The next closest person on the dire side is 7,000, which is the Sand King, which isn't saying a whole lot. And the Templar Assassin's actually fallen off pretty hard here.
Yeah, it's just too much of everything. I mean, TA's been handled very effectively throughout the entire game because of Gyrocopter's use of the Rocket Barrage as well as the Iron Shell from Darkseer. And even the Edict. There's just been a lot of good coping mechanisms in play that have rendered her rather useless because she can't get that close in the battles to deal the damage she needs to do. So 6 and 9. 9 deaths is the opposite of what you'd ever like to see on a TA. And also not able to finish up a BKB. We're inside of the 32nd minute now, and that is quite the delay on that item pickup. You expect the item she has around the 14-minute mark, so you account for the last 17 minutes as time lost.
Yeah, just the ganks weren't there and just going down too quickly to too many fights. I mean, they tried to fight too often, but unfortunately a lot of the time they were on the losing end of those fights. She didn't really lose mid necessarily. I mean, it was like she died early to GX Slim, of course, but she did get that first blood, of course, with the rest of the team. Smoke gank here on the side of NTL. Will they find anybody? They're sort of splitting their paths. TP coming in from the Nature's Prophet up onto Chobo. No, just sort of a juke. And there they go. They're going to go right now, and Chobo is going to get silenced up. There's going to be a 4-step from T. Barely missing the splitter. Nice juke from Chobo. Meanwhile, in the meantime, Kami going to go down immediately. Chobo now in a bad position. Sprouted up. Will go down. Leshrac getting another kill. And this will be the top tier 3 push, I think. Trying to push in is Game Thrower right now. He has Demon Edge, by the way. Okay, so I guess he's going to be the one carrying on that Sand King. Once again, questionable decisions, but of course, I mean, they're pretty far behind, so I'm not going to really say anything. They're just trying to do whatever they can get, I imagine. Tier 3 going to be pressured right now for NTL, and they should be okay with getting this. There's no glyph right now. Tier 3 should go down, and Raxes are next. And that's going to be 2 sets of Raxes, and that's probably going to be the game at this point in time. I give it up to MMD. They fought hard, and it was an amazingly well-fought game early on, but then NTL just sort of built their advantage up, and then Sven carried pretty hard, along with, of course, T hitting those splitters. Some really game-saving splitters. Nave now in some trouble. There's BKB. He wants it. Nice vacuum into the call down and the wall. They don't even need the call down. The wall plus Nave is just too much damage. Immediate buyback, but the GG is called. Here's the epicenter. Where's the pipe? Is there a pipe? It doesn't look like it. Nave's going to go down. No, Nave. So he gets the kill on that at least. Small compensation for the loss, unfortunately. Game Thrower trying to get out. GX Slim taking some damage. There's the BKB. And I think that should be it. They get the kill on the Jakiro. Not necessarily diving well, but there's a nice vacuum. And vacuums have been great every time. And that's like, think about back to DreamHack and the vacuum that you onto fear for the Navi game. And it's kind of like that, not necessarily as gross,
Dire's
but
middle tower is
NTL,
under attack.
they win one of the SECS's, 18.2, finally getting some recognition, getting sponsored by Netolic. That's a really weird thing to say.
Netolic? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's awesome. Like I said,
Dire's middle
I'm
tower is
infinitely
under
jealous of places that have LAN centers. I mean, I don't know how often I'll go, but certainly it would be nice to have a local tournament every once in a while, so maybe that's what they have going on with them. And they're playing very solid. They've been playing very solid. We both casted the Gosu Cup, and they had great successes there. They didn't win, but certainly proved themselves against a large pool of competitors.
They go to like pretty late in the Ghost Cup.
Yeah, they're in the top 5, I think. I'm not sure exactly where they finished.
Fnatic, NA, and like finals.
Could have been quarterfinals. Yeah, it is definitely. And now it's just antics going on everywhere. I mean,
This is clown.
I think everybody is dying. One way or
Clown
another.
right now.
And I mean, really solid players. I'm really impressed by their teamwork, and they definitely have potential. We'll see how they can manage in some of the future Open Cups and future SECS Cups once the actual circuit continues. And I'm not sure. I think that's slated to resume next week, right, for points?
Yes, I think next week is the beginning points for this season, which is important to check out. I mean, if you're interested, just check out NYJohn. They'll have all the statistics and stuff out there at the SECS subforum, so check that out. But yeah, no, I definitely. First of all, really great playing by MMD. I'd love to see them again. I mean, they played dominantly for at least 2 games, so I didn't get to see them. We didn't get to see them in the first game, but that second game and third game, man, they really tore apart their teams who were pretty good teams. And right now, though, of course, though, NTL just playing so strong. And NTL is just a team that's been around, of course, on Hello, This Is Dog. Their former name, but getting sponsored by Lancet are always nice to see. Looks like they will take this GG and walk away from the SECS here, and maybe they'll be back next week. Let's see. I hope they are. I hope we have a few more teams. We only had 12 teams in the league this week, and it's not bad, but still, always love to see more teams coming to the SECS. And Turbo working the last gas from Vera right now, trying to get a few kills. Fraction's gone, trying to get a few kills. Once again, this is Clown Dota at the end of the game. They're going to Sprout, but Sprout should go down right now. Chobo now going to get silenced up. Next being popped, Storming flying out. Chobo is going to die, and that's going to be the end of this game. And once again, thanks for joining us here on NYJohn. I am Maut. You can follow me at MautJohn on Twitter, twitch.tv/MautJohn2. I'd like to thank John very much for thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me. It's been a wonderful day of games, and nice to see Hello, This Is Dog pick up by NTL and have some great success here.
Yeah, and of course they can follow you at twitch.tv/NYJohnTV and of course Twitter.com/NYJohnTV. And anything else, any shout outs before we head out of here, before we get done?
Shout out to Maut for letting me cast with him, and for random illnesses that plague me every year around Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for, man. I was looking for the shout out to me. That's what I was trying to get.
I figured you slipped me a little note there.
Just like, yo, shout out to me at the end of the game. It's totally fine. I won't look like an ass at all. No, I really appreciate you joining me. Of course, we're both a little bit sick. We talked about it a little bit, and it's always nice to have a co-caster. So we'll be back around next time or some other time, I'm sure, joining together once again to cast some great games. But for now, this is NYJohn and Maut and John signing off.